Welcome back. Hello. Thank you for coming back. Unless this is your first time here, well then, welcome. And today we're going to learn about German high school culture shock. I'm, of course, American, so this is an American exchange student, so I'm very curious what she has to say. Go check out her channel, Caroline Ruby. Let's see what she's got.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name's Caroline,
I just said that.
and today I'm going to be comparing German and American high school.
That's what we want. This is what the person wants. I am the person.
So I've been in my German school for about 2 weeks now, and this is just kind of what I've noticed, like the big differences, and I just wrote them down, so if you see me looking down, that's why. Okay, so my first German school culture shock is that everyone dresses really nice. Like, I have barely seen any German teenagers wear athleisure, like leggings and stuff. Basically everyone wears jeans and nice tops too. Like, everyone looks very put together.
I feel like athleisure has become more and more popular, especially in high school. Because I'm just thinking back when I was in high school, jeans were very certainly common. I mean, they're still common. I don't think of jeans as being fancy, to be honest. So the girls, have different kind of fashion eyes. I would not probably think if they have collared shirts, that would be.
Wears jeans and nice tops too.
Nice tops.
Everyone looks very put together.
Okay.
Another thing that I find kind of funny is the guys usually wear tighter jeans, like skinny jeans.
Oh, so they're that was back in the day. There was a brief period where that was almost cool as a guy here to wear skinny jeans. It was kind of cool. I had my fair share of slim fit jeans. So, yeah, so it's kind of like that.
And the girls wear the baggier mom jeans. Another big
Wait, the guys' jeans are tighter than the girls'? That is interesting. That's super interesting. And the mom jeans are definitely back in full force here in the United States.
difference is that they don't have AC in the school, so you have to open windows.
I didn't even know what she meant at first. I was like, what do you mean AC? What? There's no way you can mean air conditioning, but that is what she means. That's so amazing to me.
Is that they don't have AC in the school, so you have to open windows. So at least at my school, my gymnasium.
The German people must think that sounds so dumb. You have to open windows here? You have to open the windows. It's crazy.
There's two people that sit by windows that open, and every time you go in that class, you have to open the window. A really big difference in German schools is that you don't
In America, if you opened up the window, they'd probably give you detention.
have to open the window. A really big difference in German schools is that you don't switch classrooms. For example, back in my high school in the US, if I had biology, I would go to the biology room where the biology teacher was.
Yeah.
If I had math, I would go to the math room. But here in Germany, you have a designated classroom that you stay in with the same people, and then the teachers are the ones that switch.
Huh. You're telling me they make just the handful of teachers walk around instead of 1,000 kids rushing through the hallway, bumping into each other? That's actually quite smart. But I will say, do you at least get to switch up your desk? I kind of would feel there's two things that makes me think. First of all, I wouldn't want to be in the same classroom with the same people, I don't think. I mean, unless you're good friends with them, then it would be awesome. But let alone sit next to them, They should let you switch chairs. That could be awkward, Hey, I'm going to move now that it's a new period. I'm kind of sick of sitting next to you, so I'm going to go sit over there. But that's really I guess you become really good friends with your classmates then, huh? Especially the person sitting next to you.
So when I have math class, I'm with the math teacher, and then the math teacher leaves and the English teacher will come in. Another big difference, and this one I really like, there's very frequent breaks in German high school. So the classes are 45 minutes long, but sometimes there's double sessions, at least in my school. So if I have 2 math classes in a row, we do those.
2 math classes in a row. I don't even know what that means. It's just like an hour and a half of math? I'd fall asleep.
And then we have like a 5 to 10 minute break.
Well, the 5 to 10 minute break does make sense because that makes up for the 5 to 10 minutes that in America you'd spend walking to your next class. You know, you get to say hi to people and stuff. So that's good that you get a break.
And then we have a longer, like 30-minute lunch break or something like that. But basically there's breaks after like every class. So you can talk and eat and just hang out outside and have a break from wearing your mask. In my American high school, we only had one break, and that was lunchtime.
Yeah, but you're not thinking about the passing period.
The only other breaks we had were like switching between classes, and those are only like 4 minutes long. So you basically have time to go to the bathroom.
It is insane how short they are.
And go to your class.
It's like they're trying to set you up. There were certain classes where my classroom was more than 5 minutes away from the next class. I had to like book it. I had to like run. Or else I'd be late, and I was late all the time.
I really like the breaks at my gymnasium.
Gymnasium. Oh yeah, I watched that other video. Okay, so she goes to the gymnasium, which that's one of like a few different types of high schools. Huh?
Bathroom and go to your class. So I really like the breaks at my gymnasium. Another big difference is that there's no cafeteria. So in my American high school, the school day was like 7 hours long, and then you would have a lunch break in the middle of the day, like 30 to 45 minutes, and you would eat and catch up on schoolwork if you had to. And there's like a designated room for that. Like you go to the cafeteria, you buy your food, or if you brought lunch, you eat your packed food.
What just happened?
So that's what my American high school was like, but in my German gymnasium, there is no cafeteria, there's no designated eating place. Usually during the breaks, people just snack on like a protein bar or apples or something like that, and they just stand and talk with their friends while they eat. And specifically at my gymnasium, there's like a little food stand, and you can buy some typical German, I guess like baked goods there. So there's like a Dampfnudel, I don't know how to say it right.
Looks
pretzels.
Tasty. Oh, yes.
And then there's some candy bars too. So you can buy food, but there's no designated lunch area.
Interesting. So there's not only not a designated lunch area, but they don't have like proper lunch full course meals made. And I'm not saying America. In America you get a full course meal, but it's like garbage. So I'm not saying it's like good. Those pretzels look amazing. I'd rather have that than the pizza and corn that you'd get at the American high school.
Another really major difference between my American and German high school is the time. So like I said earlier, in my American high school, I woke up at like 6 to go to school, and then I would be there for 7 hours. And in my German gymnasium, it's not like that. Let me go grab my schedule real quick, and that will explain.
Okay, go grab it. I'll be here.
Okay, so this is my schedule. So as you can see, every day is different. The classes I take are different, how long I'm in each class, the time of day I get out of school. So for example, on Monday, my classes start at 8:05.
8:05.
And end at 15:15, which is 3:15 for my American viewers. So that day is like a typical 7-hour school day. But on like Tuesday, my classes start at 8:05 but end at 13:15.
Then why are Americans so dumb? We stay in school all freaking day.
Which is 1:15. So it's a much shorter school day. I hope that explained it.
That must be nice.
Decently, but in the US, every day is the same, and then at half of the year, the classes change. So for example, in the US, I would have biology, Spanish, calculus.
I mean, at my high school, that was not entirely the case. You did have some classes that were like A and B day. You switched, but
and social studies. And those would be my only 4 classes for the whole first part of the year. And then halfway through the year, it would change to something different. But every day is the same, every day is the same length. So overall, it's a really big difference between the US and Germany. Another rule that I was kind of shocked by that's pretty different, in Germany, there's very strict phone usage rules in school. Like, you're not even supposed to have your phone out on lunch break. Like, you're not supposed to have it out on
same with where I went to high
school grounds, basically, at all. Most people take their phone.
I do know it's changed, though. Now kids be, like, Snapchatting playing Fortnite during class.
To the breaks, but if you have them or you get caught with them in the classroom, like, they get taken away. In comparison to the US, that's really different because in the US, normally some teachers would let us have our phones on the table. As long as we weren't like calling someone or texting someone while the teacher was speaking, it wasn't really that big of a deal.
Wow.
But here it's a lot more strict. My last difference, I haven't seen that much at my school, but at other gymnasiums, like other people in the program have told me, smoking is really common among teenagers here in Germany.
Really?
And not like smoking vapes, like smoking cigarettes.
Something funny about that. Like, this girl is just so much younger than me. It's like, I never would have thought she meant vapes. If you're talking about people
here
smoking.
In Germany, and not like smoking vapes, like smoking cigarettes. And it's so common that teachers and students will be smoking cigarettes like right outside the school grounds.
That's hilarious. Huh. Interesting. French people are like that too, right? Smoke a lot.
Which is like completely unheard of in the US. Normally people will like vape in the bathrooms, which obviously isn't allowed, but people do that. And then overall, no one really smokes cigarettes in the US, especially not younger.
This girl is of a different generation, so in my experience, you had the bad kids who would, you know, be smoking out back behind the school, behind the dumpster. And I never saw a teacher smoking, but certainly they did. Some did. Not all. It's definitely not very many. I would say, 10% of kids or less, 10% or less smoked.
People. I think it's pretty unfortunate that it's so common here because it's obviously not good for you, but it's definitely a big difference and it's been interesting to see. Oh, I also have one more difference that I just thought of. So language classes are much different here than they are.
I mean, what's so interesting about that is that do you think of how America is always thought of, and probably rightfully so, as being not very health conscious, unless you live in like LA. As far as food. So why do these other countries smoke more than we do? You'd think we'd be the ones out back smoking and drinking beer and eating a Big Mac.
One more difference that I just thought of.
I feel like that all goes together.
So language classes are much different here than they are in the US. So I took like 3 years of Spanish in high school and I only learned really basic vocabulary and phrases. Here in Germany, like in your first year of taking a language, Spanish for example, you're already forming sentences. The books for the class are all in.
Oh my God, I'm so bad at foreign languages. I could never. I just don't have a good memory. Like, I don't remember the movie I watched a week ago. I don't remember almost anything that happened in it.
Spanish. The teachers strictly speak in whatever language they're teaching, which I think is a much more effective way to learn because it's basically by immersion because you're forced to learn faster so you can understand what the teacher is saying. And it's definitely a lot more effective because students here are bilingual, trilingual. Most Germans here speak multiple languages. So I think learning language...
Yeah, that's how I'm able to make videos. Apparently a lot of you guys know English, which is pretty sweet.
Is definitely something the US can do better. Okay, I think that's all I have for today. Thank you so much for watching.
Hey, thank you for making that video. Go check out her channel. The link to this video is in the description. And thank you for watching my video. And subscribe if you feel like it. All I do is German reactions, so if you liked this, you might like some other stuff of me, stupid American, learning stuff about Germany. Oh, you like my shirt? All right, I'll see you tomorrow, guys. Goodbye.